Well, so we're going to get started. We're going to do a citric acid cleaning today. This is the citric acid, and this is where we will be putting this citric acid and making the mix. So we're taking this off the pitcher right now. I still have a little bit of water here, so I'm going to go ahead and just drink this water, and it'll be completely empty. All right, I'm going to drink this water here. So all the water is out of the pitcher. I can take the lid off. You got to take the hydrogen catcher out of here. Now it's completely empty. Now the way that I generally will do this is that I will first wipe down the inside of the pitcher, taking a regular paper towel, wiping the inside. There's a little bit of extra water. So wiping down the inside and spinning it. I haven't cleaned this pitcher for about a month. So let's see how dirty it is after 1 month. So I don't see any color. It's still pretty clean because I use distilled water, but it won't be clean like that. So see how I'm rubbing the bottom of this down here? So that's just regular. So what I'll just go ahead and do is pull out this little plastic piece, and I can clean the edges of it, the top of it, underneath. And there's another video on how to do all of this. I can put the paper towel into the hole here and sort of clean all the edges of that hole. The inside, you never want to touch the actual plates. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the edge, right around the edges, and just cleaning it to see if it's dirty at all. And actually, you can't see it. There it is. You can kind of see it right there. It's a little bit dirty. So that tends to get a little bit dirty on the inside of it. You want to stay away from the plates themselves, of course. But yeah, it's a little bit dirty down in there. And that's what happens. Everything settles to the bottom. And even if you did the citric acid cleaning, it's not going to make that, dust go away from down there. So you got to really manually clean it. There we go. The plates themselves get cleaned with the citric acid. So now, I'll personally just leave this out. But if I wanted to, I could put it in there. I'm just not going to do it right now. So the way that you can do the cleaning, and we'll use this for the cleaning. I fill up basically 1 cup of water is all I need. The rest of this I'll go ahead and just drink. Nice and clean. Now you can use measuring spoons. Here, this is 1 tablespoon. So take 1 tablespoon here. 1 tablespoon. It's a little bit over, but that's okay. So what I'll do is I'll put basically this cup of water in here. The tablespoon also goes in there. Stir it around. I don't want to put this into the pitcher until all the crystals are dissolved. So I'm going to go ahead and just stir it. So stir this around until everything's completely dissolved. Let's take a look at what's inside here. Looks pretty dissolved to me. So we'll go ahead and pour this into the pitcher, right so that it hits the very center. Let's take a look inside of here. Now, I don't have any minerals, so it's not going to react with anything really in there. And the way that I would do it to be ideal, for this to be the ideal cleaning situation, the citric acid is going to dissolve everything at the bottom of the pitcher. I like to personally either just kind of roll this around like this once. Just once is all that's needed, 1 time around. Now I just let it set. Or I can take a paper towel. Now the citric acid is not going to burn my fingers or hurt me in any way. But I can take the paper towel and rub the walls. Now by rubbing the walls, I'm cleaning them. And I'm also using the citric acid, to disinfect everything. So I'm also scrubbing, and I can do that at the bottom here. but you don't want to touch the plates in any way. So that's really important. All right, so I'm done with this now. This is off to the garbage. All right, so I'm going to let this sit here for 10 to 15 minutes, and that's just to disinfect. Now, if I'm trying to demineralize, I want the minerals to be gone, I'll leave this for anywhere between 30 minutes to 2 hours. Now, if I want it really super strong, I can do 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons will make it much more concentrated. Especially if you haven't done a cleaning for a long time, maybe do 2 tablespoons. Just that one, just for that initial cleaning, to make sure that everything is really deeply cleaned at the very deep depths of the machine, of the pitcher. All right, it has been 15 minutes. So one thing that you can do is you can stir it around like this and then just let it sit there and go away for another 10 minutes. Come back again, and just for the next 2 hours while you're waiting for it to descale, this kind of helps shake things around inside. You know, things shake things up. You know, if there's anything that needs to be loosened in there, this is very helpful. But anyway, we're done with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this out and I'm going to rinse it very, very well. And I have to rinse it very well so that there's no citric acid on the walls or down below. You don't want any of the citric acid to be in there before you put the pitcher on the machine. You never want to take the pitcher and put it on the machine when it has citric. That's a big no-no. You'll ruin your machine and you'll ruin your pitcher. So you always want to rinse this very well before you continue to fill it back up with water. So let's go ahead and empty this out. So I'm going to go ahead and empty this out. And I'm doing a good job at just rinsing it. Now the pitcher is completely empty. Nothing left. It's been rinsed on the outside. All right, so I just finished rinsing this off. Now I'm going to go ahead and reinstall the protection cover. I don't have to push it in hard. That should be fine. And I can either put this back in, or this is my opportunity to wipe this down completely. I can wipe all the outside of this, the top of it, you know, everything to see. Let's see how dirty it is. It actually has a little bit, it is a little bit dirty. So definitely could use a cleaning. There, it's done. Putting that in there, and now I'm going to pour myself some clean filtered water. And now I am on to it turns off the lights. Now the machine is off. I can put it on 30 and that should be fine. And as you can see, when we look into the machine here, we can see clearly that it's making hydrogen. All right. If you were going to be doing inhalation, you can go and do a 90-minute mode. Doesn't matter which one you're choosing, you know. But 30 is all that's required for the pitcher.